Obviously, being out of contract's a first for me in my career so far, so it was hard at times, obviously not knowing what's going to happen, but today puts that to bed, obviously. Deep down inside, I always knew what I wanted to do and what was going to happen, but at times it looked as if what I didn't want to do could happen. So no, I'm glad, delighted that I've got it sorted and I'm looking forward again.
And what was kind of going through your mind through this kind of unsettling period on a personal note?
There was loads of things. Obviously, day to day when you go in and look at people who you've worked with for so long and have great relationships with, staff especially who've been there for a long time, to see them down and obviously not being paid on time and stuff, it affected me as it affected them. So that's what at the back of my head was I could never walk out on these people at the training ground, players included. I could see, especially in the last few weeks, months, that they were looking at me in a different way. I got a feeling that if I left, they would be really, really upset. I never wanted to leave either, but obviously it was difficult, like you said, that the things that have been happening at the club over the last few months have made it difficult and really difficult to sign. But it got to the point where it was getting too close to the season. I've got a family as well who are asking questions, and I made the decision yesterday to stay at the club. Obviously, there's loads of reasons. I've made it clear previous years my love for the club and their love towards me is why I'm still going and still here. But the club is a big part of my family that are here today with me as I'm signing. My daughter loves the club, it's all she knows. My little boy will love the club because I'll make sure he does. And my wife's a big part of it now as well, so I had to sit down and obviously speak to them. The conversation was hard because obviously there's a lot of factors and there's a lot of worry coming from my wife's side, my family's side, my agent's side. But at the end of the day, it's my decision and they'll stick by me no matter what I decide, and obviously I decided to stay.
Elsa got a little emotional when you told her that news?
Yeah, well, in the last week my head's been everywhere really. The weeks before that I've been getting on with it and I've been fine, but the last week was really tough because obviously there was interest. And really, like, before this week I've never thought of going anywhere else in my time here. This was the only time where I thought, oh, I might have to have a look at it. So I told Elsie that I might have to leave the club. She started crying. She said, well, I'll just leave school then, whatever that means. But then last night when I decided that I was going to stay, I told her and she cried and I said, why are you crying? She said, I've got happy tears. So yeah, she's delighted. We all are. We never wanted to go the other way, and I'm just glad it's not.
Do you feel it more being captain in the kind of heartbeat of that dressing room?
Yeah, obviously you're at a training ground and you see it as well. There's a lot of dejected bodies up there, staff included. There's people that need picked up, and I think I'm the person that can really, really help that. They look up to me, a lot of the people up there. I've got great relationships with them, and that's a massive part of why I'm sticking around, because I don't think I could live with myself if I walked out and them people at the training ground, the staff, the players. It would hurt me to walk away and be watching what's going on here from another club. So I'm making sure that I made the decision that I'll stick here and stick it out with them. And like I said, I put a post up last night, storms don't last forever. We've got each other at the minute and we'll get through it, and this club will always come back again. It's too big not to, and I want to be here for the good times.
That little post, that was your key message at this moment in time?
Yeah, of course, because it wasn't I wasn't trying to make people know that I'm going to sign. It was just I haven't put much out there, I haven't said much. And I felt now, with my decision being to sign at the club, now was the time to put a message out as well to everybody that's following it. As long as we stick together as a club, players, staff, fans, then we'll be fine. We'll get through it. We've got a big season ahead, and I know it's going to be difficult. It's going to be really difficult, but I'm here for the fight. I love. It's a different task that we've got this season. It's going to be really tough. Probably looking at the minute, I don't think anyone will disagree, but we're fighting to stay in the league, and I'm up for that. I've fought my whole life in my career to get where I am, so this is another fight that's in front of me, and I'm looking forward to challenging it with the people that are still at the training ground.
And the fact that Henrik's been appointed, has that been a key part of your thinking?
Yeah, I was delighted to see Henrik to get the job. There's not going to be much change because he's been here last season. He knows the lads really well. He's a wonderful guy as well, and he made it clear where his heart was a few weeks ago when he came in. He didn't have a contract, came in, said bye to the lads because his contract was up, and then he wanted to be involved, so he signed it as an assistant because obviously we still had the manager, Danny, at the time. So Henrik knew that we were struggling and he was there for us. So we owe a lot to Henrik because he came at a time when we needed him. So I can safely say now that Henrik will have the full backing of the players and they'll give their all for him, because what he done a few weeks ago for us as players will never be forgot.
And this news is going to give not only the camp a lift, but the whole kind of S6 kind of vibes around it a big lift.
Yeah, of course, we've not had any good news for a while now, so hopefully this can put a smile on everybody that's watching, that supports this club's faces today. Obviously we all feel the same, us as players feel the same way as the fans, but yeah, hopefully this is a good bit of news that's probably come out of the club for a while, along with Henrik signing. And like I said, we've just got to keep going. Things don't last forever, and we've got to be as positive as we can, because we've got a massive game next week. The season starts against Leicester, and we can be down at the minute after what's happened a few days ago with the wages again, but I think when we go into next week, we need to really concentrate on what's ahead, because the last 4 or 5 weeks have been hard, and it's been about complaining and this and that. But I think we need to have a real good talk next week as a team and as staff up at the training ground, and we need to set out our plan for the season, because it's coming thick and fast, and there's no excuses come Sunday next week at 4:30.
And finally, we can't avoid the fact that they are troubled times, as you've kind of mentioned. What's your kind of message to the fans at this moment in time?
Just to stick with us, the players and staff. We all feel your pain. We're all in it together. But we need, as a group of players and staff, we need as much support and as much patience as possible at this minute in time. And whoever turns up and plays that game on Sunday, we'll be not just fighting for ourselves, but fighting for everyone that's in it. Everybody that comes and supports us and pays the hard-earned money, we'll make sure we give it all. We can't promise results, but what we will promise is 100% effort for the football club.